guys, it's Katie from Dash and Dish. Today I'm going to talk to you about finding your strength in the Lord. So many times I think that we do things in our own strength. How many of you guys can say that? I know I certainly can, whether it's just the daily things like being a mom, being a wife, running a business, going to work, whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. A lot of times we end up feeling stressed out, worn out, burned out. And why is that? It's because we're ultimately doing things in our own strength, right? And so God has never called us to do anything in our own strength. In fact, He gives us grace that is sufficient for each and every day. And if we don't rely on His grace and His strength, then ultimately we will come to that place of burnout, stress, anxiety, or just feeling weighed down by the things of this world. So how do we overcome that? Oftentimes when I'm coming to that place where I'm just burnt out, I read the story of how Jesus fed the 5,000. And I love that story because it's such a clear picture of how we have a part to do, but also God has a part to do. And so I see it as a partnership with God. So God doesn't just do everything. We just pray and we sit back on a lounge chair and just expect God to do everything like a magical genie, right? But also, we don't try and do everything in our own strength or with our own wisdom because let's face it, we don't have what it takes to do what God has called us to do on a daily basis in our own strength or wisdom or grace. So instead, we come together with the Lord as a partner where God says, what do you have in your hand? And then God multiplies it. And that is with every single area of our life. I love it, especially when it comes to our health or a weight loss journey, because I've walked this out so many times in different seasons of my life, whether it was going through disordered eating and overcoming that in my 20s, or truly having eating disorders in my teens, and then even losing weight after having a baby and coming back to a healthy place. All of these different seasons have proven time and time again that when we do things with God, we do our part. So I took care of my body. I cooked at home. I eat clean. I eat healthy. I take care of my body by working out. God does the rest. And how does He do that? I spend time with Him every day. I ask Him for wisdom, for grace, for strength. Also, I ask Him for vision. I write down, my healthy desired weight. I write down the things that I would like to see come to pass. And I ask God to give me grace and wisdom and strength to fulfill these things. So I go to Him and I look to Him for the source of strength and for the grace to do each one of these things. Also, when it comes to even simple things like sitting down and eating my food, I pray over it and I ask the Lord to bless it, and I ask God to help me to be mindful of my body and to take care of it and know when I've had enough. So all of these different things, really I talk more about in depth in my book Nourish, but really they all come back to the place of relying on God for His grace, for His strength, for His wisdom to do everything each day, and then doing my part, which is doing the things in the practical, the physical, which are, like I said, eating healthy, making wise choices when going out to eat, making wise choices when grocery shopping, planning ahead with my meals and my snacks, exercising. So all of these things are my part to play, and God gives me the grace, the wisdom, and the strength to do all of my part. And then it's supernaturally multiplied. And just like how Jesus fed the 5,000, they just had a few loaves of bread and a few fish, and God took it and blessed it and multiplied it, and it fed the thousands. And so God can do that in our own lives, in every single area of our life, when we look to Him and when we do our part. So I hope this encouraged you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.